guys, I want to welcome you to today's video. I am going to do a little series as I go through my house. As you guys know, we downsized a couple years ago, and I have just kind of had some rooms that I didn't have completely decorated. I had bits and pieces, and I've really gotten into farmhouse decor. I've been watching lots of videos. Living It Country is one that I watch a lot. She has a YouTube channel that's really cool. So I've been getting lots of inspiration. So I'm going room by room, and I think this is a good way to do things. And I'm completing the decorating. Because I feel like in my old house, I never really felt like I had it together. I guess put that in quotes. Because I never completely finished decorating anything. I had bits and pieces all over the place. So I really have focused in the last couple of months to try to finish up and get my bedroom decor like I wanted. So today I want to give you a little tour of that and kind of talk to you about some things and where I sourced it from, and that way maybe you'll have some inspiration to finish up some decor you need to finish or start a project you hadn't started yet. So this is my room. You guys have seen my house. Obviously it's small. There's just enough room for this is a queen size bed, and I did purchase this from a furniture store, the cast iron, or the iron bed, I guess. And so I had this wall done over here with that's my grandmother. These are pictures from old pictures of my family, and then my daughters are above the dresser. And I've had this area done for a while, but the rest of the walls were kind of blank, so I really needed to finish things up. So I have moved back in. On the dresser you'll see a Fenton collection. I've had this collection. It's an old hobnail collection with painted roses, and I collected that probably 15 years ago, and I sourced most of it from eBay. At that time you could get on there and search for specific patterns, and it was easy to find things. So I brought this back out. I think it goes really well with my color scheme. And then this particular lamp, the clear lamp, my mom gave to me. It was a family piece. And then the lamp on the other side is an old, we don't even know really how old it is. We're thinking it's at least 75 to 100 years old. It belonged to like a great aunt of my husband's, and it is broken. I don't know if you can see the break. There's a break in the globe, and I'm really careful where I put it because I don't want it to get knocked off. But it's a really old lamp, and it would have been a special piece to them back then because it's kind of fancy, and they just didn't spend a lot on things like that. So I think it's really cool. I took down, I had burlap above on the top as a valance, but I wanted to have more light in here because I wanted some plants. So I took down the burlap, and it really did help to brighten up the room. And then I added a couple of plants. So the first one, looking a little sad. I've watered it today, but it hasn't perked back up yet. I may need to take that out and soak it. But this is called a staghorn fern. This is the basil fronds, and I've done some research because it's looking brown, and evidently that's just part of the normal process of the plant, is this will get brown and kind of die back. You're supposed to just leave it alone. I do have some new shoots, so I know the plant seems healthy. But anyway, this piece I sourced at a local antique store. It's just a shell pink McCoy piece. And then I love the little, I don't know what you call it. They're just little decorative pieces. They were kind of just pottery pieces, I guess. They were kind of painted. I love them. I found some. This was the first one I found. I got it when my husband and I were on vacation. So I've been in love with that. I really wanted to add those pieces. So I found a couple recently at antique stores. And you can pick these up for like $3 or $4. So I mean, they're really inexpensive. And then I added in this, I got this also at an antique store. Added this dolly that has like embroidery on it, just to add a little character and bring things together. And I thought the color scheme worked really well for my room. And then underneath I've got Pinky and Blue Boy. They are pieces that belong to my husband's aunt. Got another little dolly here just to add a little character. I really think layering in the dollies adds a little bit. And then again, I have another one of the little dishes, just a little decorative dish. I think that was $2 or $3 at an antique store. Now over here I've added a plant. I used to have a different piece of furniture here, but I got tired of it feeling so crowded. So I've taken that out, and I added in this plant and kind of a rustic style planter. And it seems to be doing okay. This one's a little different to take care of, so it's a learning curve for me. But seems to be doing good right here. And then above that, I have on the very top, I made cross stitch. You guys have heard of cross stitch, I'm sure. I cross stitched this sampler for mine and my husband's anniversary. And so I had that put away at my old home, but it really goes with my decor here. So I'm excited to have that back out and on display. And then right underneath that is something my husband recently acquired from a cousin. It is a handwritten letter from his dad. And his dad has passed away. And this is so sentimental. So we framed it. It's a letter that was written when he was actually away in Korea. And I don't know, just having something handwritten from someone who's passed away means a lot. But for it to be something so special like that just really meant a lot to my husband especially. So we framed that to hopefully preserve it. It's starting to fade some. And I thought it would be great just to have that on display as a reminder of him every day. So it's kind of cool. And then if you move on over here, I also found this recently on vacation. It is actually, I'm going to turn it so you can see. It is actually a mirror. And I love the way it looks with the back side. This would have been a piece, I'm sure, that would have hung in a bedroom perhaps. And maybe even been used as their primary mirror. So decorative and so pretty. So I love that it fits perfectly between those doors. I felt like I needed a little something. And that was just right. So we got that hung up. And then, moving on around, I have on the wall directly over is where our electrical panel is. So I had been really searching for the right picture. I had made something on Mixbook or Shutterfly, and I didn't like how it looked. So I recently was cleaning out and come across this feed sack that we had bought probably almost a year ago now. And I had intentions of hanging it in my utility room, but I came across it and I thought, you know, that's about the size of my electrical panel. So anyway, I came in and I loved it. The color scheme goes with my room. So it's an old feed sack. So I thought I'll never get a frame that will be the right size. But on Amazon, I was able to put in the dimensions and they had a frame that fit it just perfect. So I am so happy with how that came out. So that just goes to show sometimes with your decor, it's okay to think outside the box a little. This really fits well in my rustic theme, but also it serves a good purpose for me because it has that electrical panel that's kind of ugly, and I just love it. So it's worked out really well. Okay, on the table I have a little flowered lamp. I did a lot of searching for this lamp. I looked around in lots of antique stores, and I needed a really small size, but I wanted a floral with the greens. And when I walked in, it was sitting on a display at the front of the store, and I knew that was it. I think, fortunately, it was very inexpensive too. I think it was only like $25. So if you really will source and look around at antique stores and thrift stores, you can find things that really fit into your decor without spending a whole ton of money. And again, I've layered in the doily just to kind of give a little more interest on the table. And then, finally, above the bed, I have my decorative wall. So I was struggling kind of, do I need something above that? Do I just leave it plain? And I decided to go with something seasonal. So this is a fall wreath that I picked up. And I think each season I'm just going to change out the wreath over the bed to fit the season. I'll do something for winter and Christmas. And then I'll change it again for spring and summer. So I added in a pillow also. And I don't do a lot of fall decorating in all my rooms, mainly just the living space. But I think it's fun to throw in a couple of touches here and there just to have some seasonal decor in here. So it's small, but it's done, and I'm really tickled with how it turned out. It took a while. I'm just going to say, if you're trying to source most of your decor vintagely or with antiques, that sometimes takes a while. You have to really shop around, and I may go and I don't find anything that's going to fit what my thoughts are. There are lots of like online sites where you can order imitation. I say imitation, I guess not authentic vintage pieces, and I think that's fun. So I'm probably going to add some of that in as I go through the house. They've got some cute things. If you can't find it actually as an antique, the reproductions are great, and I think it just adds a lot of dimension. So I'm really excited about my new project, which is the whole house, room by room, getting everything decorated and fixed up like I like it. So I invite you along. I'll be having these videos up as I finish a room or a space, and I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed sharing this room with you, and look forward to seeing you in my next video. Give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.